Clinton Hill are raising concerns over two cases of measles confirmed at the Hall Street Emergency Shelter. News 12's Rob Flax tells us what health experts are saying about the health risks and what is particularly concerning for community members.
Doctors are speaking out in an effort to explain the risk from the two confirmed cases of measles here at the Hall Street Emergency Migrant Shelter.
The vaccine is somewhere around 97 or 98% effective, so we're pretty much protected from measles. However, with people who have not been immunized, if they have close contact or even not so close contact with someone who has measles, their chance of getting it is on the order of that same 97%.
But those words offering little comfort to those who live near the property.
I think the city, the elected officials, they need to be proactive instead of reactive. They always react after there's a breakout.
They're calling for better conditions inside the shelter, more testing, vaccinations against measles and other diseases, as well as reducing the cap on the amount of migrants inside the facility.
This number is too big. They cannot live like this, and neither can the community. So we're asking that the numbers be drastically reduced.
According to New York City Health and Hospitals, between 2,000 and 2,400 people occupy the facility. But neighbors say they see new arrivals every day.
There's been a lot of little kids, a lot of pregnant women. And if they're vaccinated or not, I don't know. But I just feel like they should start that process.
In a statement to News 12, current council member Crystal Hudson says she is pushing for the Adams administration to jumpstart vaccinations and health services and to reduce its capacity, saying the current shelter size is untenable, but she does not support removing people unless new beds can be found. In Clinton Hill, Rob Flax, News 12 Brooklyn.
In Clinton Hill are raising nights in Clinton Hill.
Well, a pair of shootings in Brooklyn near a migrant shelter killed two men and left one man in critical condition.
A serious situation. Good day's Briella Tomasetti is outside the shelter in Clinton Hill with the latest on this investigation. And it looks like these shootings are related, Briella.
Yeah, Dan and Tashani, good morning to both of you. Certainly a scary situation for anyone involved or anybody who witnessed this. According to the Brooklyn Reader, this migrant shelter adjacent to us opened back in April and has the capacity to house as many as 765 adult migrants. This morning, though, it is the focus of a shooting investigation and still very much an active crime scene. It appears that police are still questioning people in the area. They have evidence markers behind this crime scene tape, and the motive behind the deadly pair of shootings, well, that remains unclear at this point. Two people are dead and another critically injured in a pair of shootings at a park and a migrant shelter in Brooklyn. The first happened just before 10:45 last night at Steuben Playground, located at the intersection of Flushing Avenue and Steuben Street. When cops arrived on scene, they found a man in his 30s who was shot in the chest. He was rushed to Methodist Hospital, where he died from his injuries. Gunfire rang out again less than 10 minutes later, only a few blocks away. According to police, the second shooting happened outside a migrant shelter on Ryerson Street. They say a man in his 40s was shot in the head and pronounced dead at the hospital. Another man in his 30s was shot multiple times in the body. Investigators tell us he's in stable condition. Police believe the two shootings are related. They had no immediate description of any suspects, but this video shows officers surrounding a man on the ground who appears to be injured. Investigators did say they're looking into whether a scooter-riding gunman was struck by a car while taking off near Taft Place and Park Avenue.
And this is an everyday thing. I get off the same time every night from work and walk through the same path, and it's like this from daytime to nighttime.
Carter, a security guard who works in the area, told reporters the playground where the initial shooting happened is littered with food, clothing, mattresses, single men, and families.
They don't got nowhere to really go. I don't know if the shelter's overpacked because everywhere is crowded out here.
According to the latest NYPD crime statistics, shooting incidents decreased in the 88th precinct year to date from 6 to 2. Shooting victims, on the other hand, went down from 7 to 3, not including these latest victims of gun violence. Now, law enforcement sources tell the New York Post that all of the victims, all three, two that have died and the other who is critically injured, are migrants. No arrests have yet been made. For now, though, we're live here in Clinton Hill, Brooklyn. Dan, back to you.
Learn a lot more
These two articles prompted me to find interest in these in these migrant shelters in general in New York City. And I talked to you guys yesterday, maybe the day before, about actually going to this Clinton Hill migrant facility. And what struck me is that it was kind of hidden. It was like under a highway in an industrial park area where no New Yorker or very few New Yorkers would have any interest in going or any reason to go. And yet here it is, tucked away in an expensive neighborhood. And I've played the interviews of the people that live nearby there. And today I'm going to bring you an interview of a worker in this migrant shelter. When I was down there, I went around the corner from the migrant shelter to get a slice of pizza. And I saw this guy, he pulled up and he said, yeah, I went to him and I said, hey, you work in the migrant shelter? Because I think I recognized the shirt he had on. And so he said, yeah. I said, man, I would love to talk to you about, your experience working there. And why is it 3D? What does he say? I can't read this. Why is it 3D, John? Why is it 3D, John? What's 3D? I want to make sure everything's good before I bring him up because he's in backstage here. So is everything good? Sound is good. I think the camera is good, but let me know if the sound is good before I bring him up because I don't want to waste his time. And if you have any questions, I want you to be able to ask him questions. But again, this is in the Clinton Hill neighborhood, a very affluent neighborhood. Yesterday, I showed you some of the property listings a block up from there, $5,500 for a 2-bedroom. Just expensive area. So if anyone has any questions, let me make sure my sound is good. Why is it 3D? Can you help me out with that, Mavitt? Let me know what you mean by that. But anyway, so let me bring him up. And again, this guy works in the shelter that you just saw where there was the triple shooting and the measles outbreak and things like that. So I'm going to bring him up to the stage now. He's listed as John Doe. He's going to have a mask on for his own security and anonymity here. But if you have questions, is that 3D 6D video? Oh, shit. I see what you're saying. Right. I see. Damn, I think that's a setting in YouTube. Let me see if I cut it off. It should be cut off. Is it not cut off? Damn. I don't know how to turn that setting off. But anyway, we're just gonna go with it like this, and maybe I'll go off camera if necessary. Let me see. I don't know why the hell this 360. It must have defaulted to that or something. Anyway, that's weird. Maybe I'll cut my camera off. How about that? Anyway, let me bring him up. Every day is something with this YouTube. Might be better without the 360 video. Yeah, I agree with that, but I don't think I can change it now that the show has started. I don't know why it was 360 video. I don't know what the hell that is. Anyway, John Doe, how's it going? Would you like to come up on camera here? I hope you're in 360.
Hello? Hey, what's up, man?
What's up?
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
What's going on, brother?
Not much. Now, I told people, I gave people some background that I met you at the pizza place. The pizza place, Il Porto. I can't remember the name of it, but it's right around the corner from where you work at the migrant shelter.
Right.
And you say you do security there. That's right?
Correct.
Now tell us how you got to that migrant shelter, as an employee. What was your journey? You say you moved from, right?
Well, I was looking for a job about 6 months ago, 8 months ago, and I had my security license. When I got my security license, my fire guard, my FO2, all that stuff, all the qualifications I need to become a security guard inside the facility. So what I did was I applied and I applied for Mulligan Security. I don't know if you ever heard. You hear me clear?
Yeah, Mulligan Security is the company that has the contract. Okay.
Yeah. And tell you the truth, our main priority is the safety. Is the safety of the people, the clients, and everybody inside the facility.
Right. Now, you say you moved from Philadelphia to New York, correct?
Correct.
And when you moved to New York, did you already have this job, or did you get this job?
Nah, actually, I came to New York and I was just on the hunt for a new opportunity. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And how long were you in New York before you started working here?
About a year.
And what is the pay like at the facility?
Well, the rate should be it's like 22. If you got all your qualifications, well, they got me up to like 24.
Mm-hmm. Now, someone said you sound like a Southerner, but you're not a Southerner, are you?
Not Southerner, but I want to keep this discreet. You know what I mean? And
Right, yeah, indeed. Like you have some, let's just say, island background. Is that fair?
yes.
Without saying what island, anything like that. All right.
Yes, sir. I'm Trinidadian. Out of mind, I'm Trinidadian.
We're trying not to give too much information. You understand?
I understand.
Let me lead off with this. This guy is taking a lot of risks to even come up on this show. You see, he's masked up inside of his own home. That shows you what we're up against, people. So donate to the guy's Cash App, because he's going to tell us at least what's going on behind the doors of these shelters that they won't let us enter, although we fund them. Right, here we go. All right, so you start working at the migrant shelter, and tell us your first day there, and just working. What was it like?
Well, from what I saw my first day there, I said, wow, all right, so at least these people have a place to go. You know what I mean? Where they could get food, shelter, somewhere to sleep. You know what I'm saying? I said, all right, so they're giving them an opportunity to me. But think about it like this, boss. If we didn't have these shelters placed, these people would be roaming the whole city. You understand? So I feel the first day there, I said, all right, at least they have somewhere isolated where they can have them. You know what I'm saying?
I remember you saying something about isolation when I met you. You think these people should be isolated permanently?
Not isolated, because at the end of the day, not that much people really like. They don't really like. Remember, not everybody's accustomed to meeting new people. You understand? Not everybody speaks the same language, so you're not as welcoming as the person that speaks the main language. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if we give these people an opportunity to learn the language and give them jobs and teach them the right way, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, they're coming from third world countries. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's either that or have them roaming the streets doing what they was doing in the third world country in New York City. So in a way, it's a plus and a negative. Yes, it's new. It's something new. You know what I'm saying? It's something new, and people got to get used to it at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, the government is allowing this. So it's like, and then another thing is, remember, New York City is one of the places that they're opening their arms to these people. You understand? Houston, I don't think in Texas they want them and stuff like that, places like that. You know what I mean?
Now, why do you think the government is opening their arm to these people in a fashion that they don't open their arm to, say, you or me?
Well, the same way my elders, the same way my elders came over here for opportunity. You understand? I forgot what's it called. What is this? What is the law called? Or when you open your arms to people like that. You know what I mean? I don't want to say people like that, but it's like my parents came from Trinidad. You know what I'm saying? And they came over here to give me a better life, and I was born here, and I'm giving them a better life as well.
Did your parents come legally?
Yes.
What do your parents think about this? Seeing this flood of illegal immigrants coming here.
Well, it was a lot easy. Well, it's a lot easier now to get inside if you think about it.
Are they in agreement or disagreement?
In what way?
When they see when you come home and well, let me back up. Where do you live in New York? You don't have to tell me the neighborhood or anything like that. But you live with your parents. You live at home. Where do you live?
Queens.
You have an apartment. You live with your parents. What?
Apartment, regular apartment.
Oh, you live by yourself. Roommates. What?
By myself.
And how much is your rent at your apartment?
One bedroom, about $1,600.
And you pay that all yourself?
Yes, sir.
And the people that live in the shelter, they live there for free, correct?
Yes, I think so. I think so.
And they also they get free food and things like that, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Cause remember, it's required to provide them 3 meals. You know what I'm saying? It's inhumane if you give them a place to stay and not give them no food. You know what I'm saying?
You think that's inhumane to give them a place to
To
stay?
not well to give them a place to stay, but not give them food. I feel like that's inhuman. You can't just give somebody a place to stay and not give them some food.
Yeah. So these people, what do they like? The migrants that are coming in and out of the shelter, what do they do all day?
Well, from what I see, they try to get it by any means, as in they sell their coffee, they sell little sandwiches from their like with their cultural stuff. You know what I'm saying, for breakfast and stuff like that. They sell their coffee and stuff like that. And if you think about it, it's like it's better than them stealing. You know what I mean? At least they trying. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, from what I hear, in New York City, if you save your money, you could accomplish anything, man.
Yeah, that is very true. That's very true. And so, what is the demographics of the people there?
I feel like people are just judging this in a way where it's like, would you rather have them roaming the whole city, or have them in a place where we could control them, clean after them, feed them? You know what I'm saying? But we're also teaching them English, trying to teach them English, trying to get them jobs, try to make them residents, and we trying to make, you know what I mean? Them people trying to make them regular citizens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's the ultimate goal.
Do you think that they will become regular citizens?
I feel like they might. I feel like they might, sir. Just because if you think about it, the economy need it. Right now the inflation is very high. So if there's more people willing to work, you know what I'm saying? There'll be, you know what I mean? I feel like it'll be more. I feel like it's a positive thing having them people here. Believe it or not. Yeah, the violence is a little. You know what I mean? A little crazy and stuff like that. But in a way, I don't know, man. At the end of the day, we don't got criminals. We don't got a bunch of criminals around us, right? They in the jails. You know what I'm saying? That's what they have jails for. You know what I'm saying? It's an isolated place where you keep bad people. You know what I'm saying? These shelters are becoming just places to keep them there. But the neighborhoods and stuff like that that are old and that are used to that, you know what I'm saying? Of course they're gonna feel bothered. These are new people coming into your home. You're gonna feel intruded. You're gonna feel invaded. It's just the way of life, brother. You know what I mean?
And that neighborhood that the shelter's in, that's a pretty affluent neighborhood. That's Clinton Hill, correct?
Well, it looks more like it's like the Huts Point. It's like the Huts Point of It's like the Huts Point of Brooklyn. It's like at the end of Brooklyn.
Right, then, right.
I feel like if we could make like a gated, let's say like a gated community, not gated. Let's say that, like a gated community where these people could roam and be wherever they want, control. You know what I'm saying? Instead of being walking all over the street, and have more rules towards it, because we have to be strict as well. You know what I'm saying? We can't just give our home to anybody and not give them any type of structure.
So you think they should be kind of gated?
I feel like it should be gated. They should be given more rules, maybe a curfew. You know what I'm saying? For it could be more control. And I feel like I don't know, man. I feel like we all work as a team, man. Anything can be accomplished, brother. You say your name was John?
Yeah, John. Mhm.
Hi, John. Yeah. But
Now
yeah,
let
John,
me ask you this.
glad
Let me
day,
ask you
man.
this.
Talk to me, man.
Let me ask you this question about the composition of the people that work.
When you say composition, what you mean composition, sir?
Right, the makeup of the people, like, is it mostly Africans? I've been there, so I
Well, it's like
can.
Guyanese. You got your Venezuelan. You got a little bit of everything, man. I seen Chinese. I seen Russians. Everybody coming through that border, but
What is the majority of the people?
the majority, I say, it well, you can't. Well, it's. I feel like it's more like South Africa, and what else? What else? What else? I want to say Venezuelans and stuff like that. But
When
yeah,
I
man,
was
I feel like some way somehow, if we could get them more productive, and at the end of the day, we gotta stop treating these people like they aliens and start treating them like people. You understand? You know what I mean? If we give them more opportunity, think about it. Less crime. If they got jobs, they got money, they got things to do, they got structure, they not out here doing crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying?
let me ask you this question since you
Yes, sir.
mentioned
Yes,
jobs.
sir. Yes, sir. Of course, John. Anything.
Hey guys, by the way, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the Cash App. We got this man up here telling us.
I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it, man.
So, one of the things I noticed is that it seemed to be a lot of Africans working security. Is that a fair observation?
Well, think about it. Look at this. When you gotta have people from the same ethnicity so they can speak the language. You understand? For there won't be no conflict of interest. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
When people understand each other, when there's communication, there's peace. If I don't know, well, that's my logic. You know what I'm saying?
So, do you think that so what you're saying, if
Yes,
I
sir.
can
Yes, sir.
boil it down, is that it's better to bring in Africans to kind of monitor over some of the Africans in there because they can
Well,
speak.
I don't want to say it because you gotta understand, it's a mixture of everything. You understand? If
Right.
coincidentally they African. You know what I mean? It's just what it
Right.
is.
Yeah, I'm just saying things
It's
wrong.
not. I don't think it's a description thing. Cause think about it. I got picked because I have my license and the qualifications for it. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
I have the qualification for it, sir. So
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this question. I'm
at the
not
end of the day,
challenging.
it's not really because of that, but I'm pretty sure if they have a few Africans, really more for like the language barrier. You know what I mean? For we can
Right.
overcome that little bump.
Right. And you speak Spanish as well, right?
I speak a little bit.
Yeah, I thought I heard you speaking in Spanish. We have a New Yorker joining the panel. She may have a question. Hopefully she hit your Cash App too. Well, Kimmy Cakes here. She's from Brooklyn, not too far from the shelter where you work.
Right.
Hey, how's it going, Kimmy Cakes?
Hey, Kimmy Cakes, how you doing?
Hi. Thank you for doing this. I know you're taking a big risk.
Yes,
And John,
ma'am. Yes,
thank you for
ma'am.
having
Yes, ma'am.
him. If you could put what's it called? The Cash App in the chat again. I think I came in after.
Oh,
I
it's
didn't
on the
see it.
banner. It's on the banner.
It's on the banner.
Oh,
It's on the
okay.
little banner right there. $ security 2345.
I see it. I was
Oh,
just
wait a minute.
wondering.
He said because hold on. People are saying because of the 360 they can't see the
No, it's true, but because I'm on the
Yeah, John.
StreamYard, I can see it.
There should
hold on.
be like three little bubbles. There should be like three little bubbles by your YouTube. You just click it and take and exit out. That's just a feature on the thing. That's the panoramic mode. It's like the
Okay,
panoramic.
so people can change it, but I'm gonna put it in the chat again, and then I'm
Right,
gonna
right.
pin it. Give me 1 second. In the case you can ask your question, and while you're doing that, I'll be pinning this to the chat.
Yeah,
All
Kimmy
right.
Cake, shoot.
All right. Just in your opinion, why do you think there's so much like information not being disclosed to the public?
Well, well, when you say the public, it's not really something that they hiding. It's just remember, it's these are places where they putting them towards the back. You know what I mean? Where it might not bother as much people. You understand? It's not like it's being disclosed because at the end of the day, nobody wants to be seen in a situation like that. You know what I'm saying? So people do want their privacy too, even if they're coming from another country. You understand?
I got you. So it's
But
more of a
it's
just
not something that's been disclose. But I feel like if everybody tries this and help the situation, make it better instead of, you know what I mean, judging it, I feel like we could get somewhere, you understand?
What is it that you think we can or should do?
Well, honestly, I feel like we have to make, and I feel like there's enough money in the budget or any budget of New York City to help people. We gotta make somewhere like let's say a gated community for them, big enough where they can roam and chill, do whatever they want. You understand? Not do whatever they
Okay.
want, but more control. Like I said, structure, balance, teaching them English. You understand?
But they made it seem to us that they weren't getting all that in the shelters,
They,
in the migrant shelters, like learning
well, they,
English, and they don't have
well,
to
like
stick
I
to the
said, there's
curfew.
posters. There's posters everywhere. You know what I'm saying? They even have like a church thing program for the people that do like to pray. Because remember, a lot of these people are Muslim. So that and
Right.
it's different cultures and different things you have to accommodate. As for the Christian, for the Catholics, and let's say let's say anything. They're trying to get the English thing going. They're trying to make them residents. They actually try to do the right thing for these people, believe it or not. But you
Well, that's
remember,
good.
I feel like before we let these people in, we gotta get a Carfax for these people. When I say a Carfax for these people, as in let's see where he comes from. You see how I had to get like a background check to get my job?
Right.
There should be a background check to get in here.
You don't think they're doing that now with these people? You don't think there's proper background checks being done?
Tell you the truth, well, if there was proper background checks, there wouldn't be violence. You understand? Only violent people do violent things.
Tell us about some of the violence you've seen down there.
From what I hear, I heard there was a shooting the other day. But I don't know if that had anything to do with the residents. That because remember, New York City is a dangerous place. You know what I mean? New York City is just dangerous, period. And
Did,
when there's condensation, when not condensation, when there's too much people in the area, you gotta think about it. Too much people together can cause violence as well. You understand what I'm saying? I could be waiting for the bus. I could pass by. It could be different situations. You know what I mean?
here's a poster that I saw near your job.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let me see that. Where's is Katie still in attendance?
Yeah, Kimmy Case is still here. Yeah,
Kim
she's
K.
still.
All right, Kim K.
And I hope you guys can see.
Did that answer your question?
Kimmy Case, he says.
Yes, you did. Thank you so much.
So here's a poster. Go to stream and say, I don't think I can do that while it is live. Let me try that again. Go to streaming settings. Let me see. I don't think I can do it, unfortunately, once it is live. Yeah, that is. Let me see if I can refresh this maybe, and it might allow me to do it. Otherwise, no, I can't do it. It doesn't look like I can. Give me 1 second. I may be able to. We're gonna see. Nope. For some reason, I can't do it. But anyway, I don't know why it defaulted to on. Let me see how the video actually looks. But anyway, so can you give us an idea of some of the violence? We have a little feedback there. Can you give us an idea of some of the violence that occurs?
I don't want to say violence. It's not really violence. It's more of the communication thing. Because not everybody know the language. You know what I'm saying? It's not really violence. It's really more the language barrier. It's a language barrier. If we have more translators, like hand-to-hand translators, it'll be better to talk. You know what I'm saying? What is a Venezuelan dude going to tell a Guyanese dude? You dig what I'm saying?
So you they can't speak to each other.
I feel like any altercation that does happen between two different ethnicities, I feel like it has to be that no communication. Communication is key, sir. Communication is key, and for peace.
Now, do they have a lot of translators down there? A little feedback somewhere. Do they have a lot of translators down there?
I just turned 38 years old, sir.
No, I said, do they have a lot of translators at the facility?
Yes, sir. They have all those translators, but I feel like sometimes, like the system. Let's say the system, how it's operated. I feel like it should be. I don't know. I feel like it should be like an estimate or like a count. Let's say, could we have a certain amount of Venezuelans? Let's say Guyanese, Mexican, whatever, Russian. We should have, let's say, translators, enough translators for everybody without having to touch the computer thing. You see how the hospital does it?
Mm-hmm.
They use the iPad and they translate like that. I love it. This is a great system, but I feel like the person, if you help them face to face, is a little better. I don't know, but for that.
So at the corner, I think that is I'm not sure what street that is. At the corner, you see all of the migrants just sitting down on the street and things
Yeah.
like that. Do you think that those people will be able to find work um, in a reasonable time?
I think so.
Let me show you guys.
Yes, sir.
Let me
Wait
show
1
you
second,
guys.
John. You have some questions in the chat.
Oh, okay, great.
So someone wanted to know if
I can't really
Great.
see the questions on the chat.
Oh, okay.
I'll share with you. Someone wanted
Okay.
to know if you meant South Africa or South America.
South Africa.
Okay, the man said what he said. South
I
Africa.
don't know. Like I don't really look at the map either. You know what I'm saying? But wherever Ghana's at, they speak Wolof. I don't know if you ever heard of that. Wolof.
Oh, they're
Oh,
in
yeah.
Senegal.
Is it Senegal? Okay. Wolof.
Yeah, they speak
Senegal,
Wolof.
yeah, places like that. But I seen a mixture of people, a lot of all types of people. But the majority is like Venezuelans and like the Senegals, Guinea. I never heard of Guinea.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's also in West Africa.
Yeah.
Somebody also said if they're already getting the $2,000 credit cards and free housing, why do you think they need a gated community?
But think about it like this: what we have set up is the free housing, which is the shelter. People gotta understand they're not giving them apartments. You understand what I'm saying? And wouldn't you want a couple dollars to move around and you know what I mean? So you can learn and you know what I'm saying?
So I
You
think
don't need a
the
couple
issue is
dollars.
that we don't
I don't know
know.
if they got it yet. I don't know if they got it yet, but it's something that they might need to move around the city, you know what I mean? To make connections, learn, you know what I mean? Maybe get a little bite to do deliveries. Maybe they're gonna need a couple dollars to move around. You like if you live in New York City, you know how the cost to live in New York City. So imagine if the people that work and have years here is struggling. Imagine people that just got here that don't know the language and don't got no money.
So I think it'll help to describe.
Like I said, it's a positive and a negative situation.
Hold on. Kimmy Cakes, you had a question you about to ask what?
I kind of want to know because
And then also remember, look at this, Kimmy Cakes. I'm sorry to cut you off, but
it's okay.
the city's not at capacity to hold so much people. So we
Hey,
have to make.
hold on for 1 second. Should I just create another stream without this 360 and finish this conversation up? Because I have a video that's outside of his facility that I want you guys to be able to see. I can create another stream right now, and that will make this a better show.
I don't know, man. It's up to y'all, man. We having a great conversation. It's up to the people.
Hey! Before I do that, though, let's make sure it's worthwhile for
How
this
many
guy.
people we got on the stream right now?
We have 22 people in the stream right now, but let's make sure it's worthwhile for this guy to come over to the next stream.
Yes, sir.
So we're gonna call this part 2, right? Part 2, and this is we'll go into the environment of the shelters, and I'm gonna lead off with the video.
Yes, sir.
Let me go ahead and create that live stream now.
That was actually going to be my next question. I don't think we understand the layout. I think people probably think they're already apartments because we see them in hotels and stuff. So in the shelters, like, what does it look like inside?
Honestly, it look like a hotel. It's set up like a hotel. It look like a hotel.
Hold your thought for 1 second. I'm putting the link in the chat here. Let's see. And give me 1 second to make sure that this YouTube thing is turned off.
And then
Otherwise,
remember, y'all. Remember, this is like I said. This is new. This is something new. So in the beginning, it's never easy. You understand? In anywhere,
Yeah.
in war, and in anything. You know what I mean? In
And
the
I kind of
beginning, it's
just
gonna be rough when we don't understand.
wait. So
But
wait,
once we
John, what
get
are we doing?
accommodated, and once we understand that
yeah, give me
these people are
go ahead,
coming
finish.
over here for opportunity and for their families, and remember, a lot of these people do have families. You know what I mean? The people that you
Right.
do see on the street or on the floor is probably because they don't want, you know what I mean? They comfortable and they already got their family and their situations going on, you know what I mean? I feel like we should, the same way they accommodated my parents back in the 90s, we should accommodate them people now in 2024.
Yeah, but I mean, my parents came here from the Caribbean too, and they came to the U.S. legally,
And then
but
remember,
no one gave them anything. Like my parents had to work for
check
everything.
this, check it out, check it out. The people that are complaining are the people that own $1 million homes. You understand? $1 million homes. You know what I'm saying? How much you think a brownstone costs right now in New York City,
I mean,
especially
I think they're
Brooklyn?
complaining
Wait, wait,
because
wait.
they don't want them in their neighborhood
Of course.
more than anything.
If I was a rich bougie person, I wouldn't want them next to me either. You understand?
That's
And
real.
people, that's the truth. It's the reality. You know what I'm saying?
So
It's a bunch of bougie people. I get it. God bless the and listen. I feel like New York City accommodated these people. They accommodated these people in a way where they're at the back of Brooklyn. They're not even in the forefront. You know what I'm saying?
They had to
Yeah.
put their money where their mouth was because I'm gonna tell you the truth as a New Yorker, when all this stuff was happening at the southern border, I was like, who gives a shit? They're not coming to New York. And then when
But
Governor
but
Abbott started to send them here, I was like, oh
yeah,
my God, like this is really happening.
yeah. But
I
Donald
was
Trump,
living in my own
Donald
ignorance too.
Donald Trump did try to warn us.
He sure did.
He
And they
said, "I
called him a
want to
white
build the
supremacist.
wall. I want to build the wall." You understand? People was like, "What the hell? Why?"
It wasn't the wall, it was when he was warning the public about the caravans. And every news outlet sat there and called him a white supremacist.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Look
ma'am. I
at us
tell you the
now.
truth. I think the pandemic was just one false thing just to prepare us for this. You understand?
Yeah.
No,
All these diseases.
wait. You know,
Check
damn, I wish I could get over to this. I wish I had someone.
check it.
John, I
Remember,
also
remember.
sent my cash
All
app,
these
so
weird diseases and us getting sick is these people traveling country by country, however they have to do to get here, and they catching a bunch of stuff and they bringing it over here, and we getting sick too. So.
I think that's what's happening right now in Texas because they had a big STD outbreak down there. I think it's still going on. And the doctors are seeing STDs, they don't even know what they are.
Whoa.
Yep. And it's happening right
I
in
am
that border
about to
area.
hold on.
And you
Let me
know them
see if
girls is
I
out
can
here
get
selling
this
crack.
video.
I've seen them on the trains.
I want to make sure that I have this
These
all set up.
migrant girls are selling cat out here, John. I've seen them.
I can
We
believe it.
need
I
more
can believe it.
facilities. We need more facilities. We need the NYPD to do their job and actually move them when they do. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, too much people together will always start a problem. Some way,
All right, let
somehow.
me.
If we're gonna make it work, we gotta make it work. If we're not gonna make it work, you know what I'm saying?
All right, let me put these.
But here's the
This.
problem. It's kind of like, okay,
Go ahead,
what
Kim.
we doing?
I'm about to put
No,
the
go ahead. What
new.
we doing?
I'm about to put the new link in the chat here. Let me
Every
Is
share.
it
time you go to
new?
the highway, it's always congested. Why? Because these people are saving their money. They go into the auction and they buying their car cash. You understand?
All right, I
Yeah.
They
just put the link in.
saving for the opportunity.
Hey, I just
And
put the
at the
link in
end
the
of the
chat
day,
here.
we can't really be mad at what they're doing because
Hey,
we
you
did
guys
it
go over.
first.
Hey, you guys go over to the
All right, so
other.
we're moving over to the new YouTube link.
Yeah,
Is that what's happening?
yeah. And I'm gonna stop this one right here. All right.
So what I gotta do? What I gotta do?
No, you have to go to the new StreamYard link too. I'll send it to you directly. I'll send it to you
I don't
directly.
know if he could. Yeah, I was gonna say that if you could do that
Yeah,
for
I'll
him
send it
because
to
I
you.
don't think he could see it in the chat. All right.
All right.
See everyone there.
All right. Yep.